Welcome back. We're starting on verse 70. Or do they say, he is possessed? Nay, he has brought them the truth, but most of them hate the truth. If the truth had been in accord with their desires, truly the heavens and the earth and all beings therein would have been in confusion and corruption. Nay, we have sent them in their admonition, but they turn away from their admonition. Or is it that thou askest them for some recompense? But the recompense of thy Lord is best. He is the best of those who give sustenance. But verily thou callest them to the straight way, and verily those who believe not in the hereafter are deviating from that way. I really like the word the hereafter more than heaven, because I think of heaven as like up, but hereafter kind of has more of like a linear, unfolding, dimensional aspect to it that intrigues my mind more. If we had mercy on them and removed the distress which is on them, they would obstinately persist in their transgression, wandering in distraction to and fro. We inflicted punishment on them, but they humbled not themselves to their Lord, nor do they submissively entreat him. You can become very humble with punishments. And I see that now looking in the past. Definitely when you go through some trials, if you don't come out humble, there's something going on with you. Until we open on them a gate leading to a severe punishment, then too they will be plunged in despair therein. It is he who has created for you the faculties of hearing, sight, feeling, and understanding. Little thanks is it ye give. Now, think about that. I've been trying to be really thankful. For example, tasting, right? I'm able to taste the deliciousness of cheesecake, of donuts, of coffee, of bagels and cream cheese, of a sea bass, of ceviche, of sushi. What a gift it is to have because when you have a cold and you can't taste anything, it sucks to eat because you're like, this food has no flavor. The fact that I have a tongue that can taste the deliciousness in food is amazing. And sight, think about that. I'm able to see the glory of funny things, right? Like, think of all this, your eyeballs let you see funny things that make you laugh really hard, right? And I also, like, if you see babies, you have the gift of seeing your baby's little chubby cheeks and little tiny toes, and how amazing that is, right? And hearing, the fact that you can hear for criminals breaking into your car. If your dog is barking, they're alerting you to something going on, that or the mailman. The fact that I can hear the sounds of the birds in the morning, I like it, right? It's amazing. Now, about hearing too, here's a good example. It's going to be a sad example, but I think it's something we need to really appreciate. The last pope, there was a pedophile priest who the Catholic Church moves priests around when they get caught molesting. They don't put them in jail, they just get moved to a different church. The last pope sent a priest who was convicted, as in verbally, that he had molested kids. That priest got sent to a camp where it was for deaf kids. And that priest molested over 100 children who were deaf, and they couldn't talk and really communicate about what the priest was molesting. Like, they were molesting all the kids. So think about hearing, how your kids, because they're blessed with hearing, they can communicate if somebody hurts them. Again, they might not. They might hide the secret because the molester has threatened them. If they tell them, they'll hurt them. But those poor children, a satanic priest of the Catholic Church molested them. So think about that. And think about how, like, one of my favorite dogs is a Dalmatian dog. Look how difficult it is to raise a dog that can't hear. They don't know. They go in the road, you're calling them, they don't listen. It's time to eat, you calling their name, they can't hear. A dog can't hear, they can't bark if someone's breaking in through your door. It's very hard for them to, to be able to survive very well. They constantly have to be watched. So, indeed, we have to be more thankful for our faculties. And he has multiplied you through the earth, and to him shall ye be gathered back. It is he who gives life and death, and to him is due the alternation of night and day. Will ye not then understand? On the contrary, they say things similar to what the ancients said. They say, what? When we die and become dust and bones, could we really be raised up again? Such things have been promised to us, to our forefathers before. They are nothing but tales of the ancients. Say, to whom belong the earth and all beings therein? Say, if ye know, they will say, to Allah. Say, yet will ye not receive admonition? Say, who is the Lord of the 7 heavens and the Lord of the throne of glory supreme? They will say, they belong to Allah. Say, will ye not then be filled with awe? Say, who is it in whose hands is the governance of all things? Who protects all, but is not protected of any? Say, if ye know, they will say, it belongs to Allah. Say, then how are ye deluded? Clever. 90. We have sent them the truth, but indeed practice falsehood. No son did Allah beget, nor is there any God along with him. If there were many gods, behold, each god would have taken away that what he had created, and some would have lorded over it over others. A good example of that is the entire Greek mythology. If you haven't read Homer's Iliad or the Odyssey, that would be a good example of what this is talking about. Because, Aphrodite and Athena and, Hermes, you have the god of war, Mars, right? They all would try to one-up one another, and it does cause a lot of confusion. So those books, they're just stories, but the Greeks thought they were real, and the Romans thought they were real. But that's a good example of what happens, just read it and you'll totally see what that verse 91 is saying. I mean, that's why it's good to read many different myths of the past, because it makes things so much more clear when you hear examples like in this verse 91. Glory to Allah. He is free from the sort of things they attribute to him. He knows what is hidden and what is open. Too high is he for the partners they attribute to him. Say, O my Lord, if thou wilt show me in my lifetime that which they are warned against, then, O my Lord, put me not amongst the people who do wrong. And we are certainly able to show thee in fulfillment that against which they are warned. Repel evil with that which is best. Repel evil with that which is best. Okay. How would you do that in, if you're, okay. You have to do righteousness, which is best. Repel the evil. We are well acquainted with the things they say. I keep thinking of repel evil as in a revolutionary sense too. Because evil is spirit too, but people can act evil, and there can be evil governments. And say, O my Lord, I seek refuge with thee from the suggestions of the evil ones. And say, O my Lord, I seek refuge with thee from the suggestions of the evil ones. And I seek refuge with thee, O my Lord, lest they should come near me. In falsehood will they be until when death comes to one of them, he says, O my Lord, send me back to life, in order that I may work righteousness in the things I neglected. Send me back in order to work righteousness. Unfinished business. Preparing your unfinished business. By no means it is but a word he says. Before them is a partition till the day they are raised up. Then when the trumpet is blown, There will be no more relationships between them that day, nor will one ask after another. Then those whose balance of good deeds is heavy, they will attain salvation. But those whose balance is light will be those who have lost their souls. In hell will they abide. The fire will burn their faces, and they will therein grin with their lips displaced. Their grin like a oh my gosh. Wow. Their lips displaced. That's really cryptic, right? You'll have a... Sometimes when you get like... Okay, so like in Philly, like people be like, if you keep looking at me, I'm gonna cut you a new smile, right? Like open your cheeks. And like... But this is different. This is like... No, the fire is gonna rearrange your entire face structure. Oh, it's scary. Were not my signs rehearsed to you, and ye did but treat them as falsehoods? They will say, Our Lord, our misfortune overwhelmed us. Oh, they will say, Our Lord, our misfortune overwhelmed us, and we became a people astray. Our Lord, bring us out of this. If ever we return to evil, then shall we be wrongdoers indeed. He will say, Be ye driven into it with ignominy, and speak ye not to me. A part of my servants there was, who used to pray, Our Lord, we believe. Then do thou forgive us, and have mercy upon us. For thou art the best of those who show mercy. But ye treated them with ridicule, so much so that ridicule of them made you forget my message while ye were laughing at them. I have rewarded them this day for their patience and constancy. They are indeed the ones that have achieved bliss. He will say, What number of years did ye stay on earth? They will say, We stayed a day or a part of a day. But ask those who keep account. He will say, Ye stayed not but a little. If ye had only known. Did ye then think that we had created you in jest, that ye would not be brought back to us for account? Did ye then think that we created you in jest, as a joke, just for fun? Like, oh, well, like, I didn't create you just for fun, for you just to have fun. You have a purpose. You're gonna come back, and everything you did, you're gonna be held accountable for your actions. And that ye would not be brought to us for account. Therefore, exalted be Allah, the King, the reality, there is no God but He, the Lord of the throne of honor. If anyone invokes besides Allah any other God, he has no authority therefore, and his reckoning will be only with his Lord. And verily the unbelievers will fail to win through. So say, O my Lord, grant thou forgiveness and mercy, for thou art the best of those who show mercy. And then there's going to be a new section called Nur. Wow. Brought back for account. He's well acquainted with everything we say. We have to repel evil. Our lips are going to be, well, hopefully not ours, but lips could be displaced. We need to be thankful for our faculties, our senses. We really do, man. Think of all the yummy things we get to eat. Lord of the seven heavens. Seven heavens. And then He is the best of those who give sustenance. Do they not ponder on 68 over the word of Allah? So it's good to philosophize, to ponder, to contemplate, to digest, to meditate. No people can hasten their term, nor can they delay it. 43. And then, we made them as a tale that is told. So away with the people that will not believe. A tale as old as time. Wow. Very cool, family. We learned so much in this chapter. Wow. Cool.